Welcome to GateCrashers, a podcast dedicated to kicking open the door to your next favorite thing. Our mission, our creed, and our code is this: to make all things more approachable and accessible to everyone. We want you to find a universe that you'll fall in love with. My name is Dan. My pronouns are he, him.
I'm Jake. I also use he, him pronouns.
And today's episode is a little different. It was supposed to be our anniversary episode. We were going to do something else, which we're going to do later on. But when we were about to record this, the Kevin Conroy passed away. And if you don't know who Kevin Conroy is, Kevin Conroy has voiced Batman since Batman the Animated Series, and he's been in countless things. But it felt wrong not to talk about it on the show because, Jake, I don't know if I'm speaking for you, but we started this. This is our fourth year doing this. We started as a DC only show. Now we're a website, big podcast, whatever we are. I don't think we probably would have gotten into DC as young as we did if it wasn't for Kevin Conroy.
Oh, probably not.
And I don't think we would be as into it as we are now if it wasn't for his influence on the character and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we wanted to take today to do a special episode on our birthday about some of the best episodes, some of our favorite episodes, two of the movies, and just talk about Batman's legacy, Kevin Conroy's legacy, and not make it something sappy and sad, because that's not how I like to celebrate life. I'd much rather celebrate it and talk about how fucking good and how he is Batman, like how he took his own hardships in life and put them into something else to inspire others.
You know what we should also talk about briefly? Was it in Batman? Was it in Detective 1000? About his short about his life? About finding Batman?
No, that was in DC Pride this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they reached out to him to do a story for DC Pride about
which one it was.
About being an openly queer man. It is on DC's website, and we'll link it in the podcast description that you can read it now. It's free to read. It's beautiful.
Called Finding Batman.
Yeah, it's heavy. But I was telling Jake, because I texted Jake that Kevin passed, and we got an email about it from WB with this really nice letter that they sent out about him, and it's been like that since. It's it's rough, but he I think it was, oh dear, who was his? He had his in the thing. It talks about his college roommate, and I just wasn't expecting who it was. Hold on, let me make sure I'm not lying to you. His college roommate was Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Which is just wild. But yeah, Kevin Conroy is Batman. Like he always has been, always will be. So, enough of the kind of sadness. Let's talk about what we're going to cover today. And we're going to talk about these in order. This isn't going to be a normal episode where we're telling you all the themes and things like that. Honestly, I think this episode is talking about what got us into this and sharing that with you as listeners, because some of these are some of the most, the biggest episodes and things that have ever happened. So, first up will be Batman the Mask of Phantasm, which was a theatrical release. Then we've got Batman Beyond.
It is also the magnum opus of Kevin's animated series career.
I still think it's the best Batman movie. The Batman was good, but I think The Mask of Phantasm is the best Batman movie. And I'm pretty steadfast on that. Batman Beyond, The Return of the Joker, which is like the end zone to everything that happens. Heart of Ice, you've heard us talk about that before, and you'll hear me talk about it again. We've got Feet of Clay. We've also got Almost Got 'Em. We got an episode that I actually added late into the game for Jake, called I Am the Night, because I thought I had never seen it since I was a kid, but now I watched it and I was like, wow, this episode is absolutely fantastic.
My only regret about this episode is we didn't cover enough of the new Batman adventures.
I just never got into that animation style. I'm still not.
You're wrong.
No, the
It's
original.
the same style as Batman Beyond.
Yeah, but they're different designs of the characters. I hate how the Joker looks. The only look that gets better with the new adventures is Scarecrow. Scarecrow's look for that.
That's an episode we should have watched.
That is a great look.
There's a one where he made Batman lose it, and he just went ballistic, and that it was the episode about why Batman needs Robin.
And then the last thing
you should give it another shot.
The last thing we're going to talk about is Justice League Unlimited Epilogue, which I think is probably one of the best.
We've talked about
episodes.
that before.
Yeah.
I think twice before.
Which one? When did we cover it? I think we talked about it during.
We've definitely talked about it before.
What episode did we talk about it? We've never done Batman Beyond.
Yes, but you've also made me watch this before. For
yeah, but I'm trying to figure out when we talked about it on the show. Because I know we've talked about it. Because we talked about Dwayne McDuffie, and it's one of his episodes. I don't... What episode did we talk about that for? I have no idea. It's almost 200 episodes, so it's quite a lot to handle. And not even to mention the countless interviews and bonus episodes and specials and all those things. We also didn't add in the games because I didn't have enough time to play through all those games again last week. But
okay, so everyone, we're going to talk about the Mark of Shintizu.
Mark Shinzu? I literally have it sitting. It's in reach right here. I bought it for PS2 a couple years ago, so now I can actually play it again.
I forgot that you don't pronounce the T.
Yeah, Shinzu?
Yeah, it's kind of like Tsunade Z.
Yeah.
I don't know why I made that. It's been a long day, I guess.
No, that's a great game.
It is a great game.
I actually might play it again because it's like just a beat 'em up. Okay, let's start with Mask and Phantasm. What a fucking film! Like what a fucking like they put it. It's wild that it was a movie in theaters. Like they put it out as a real cinema experience.
Didn't feature Danny Chase.
What?
I told you about Phantasm.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. That's not Phantasm.
It's the original Phantasm.
Yeah, well, he's overshadowed.
The creepy Teen Titan kid.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
He was in Young Justice recently.
Young Justice has gone off the rails. Do you see what they're doing? Like they've hinted at doing.
What?
Oh shit, Sanctuary.
Yeah, that would work. That would work in this universe
because that really goes well at the end for everybody. Yeah, man, God, I'm still trying to figure out when the fuck we talked about Epilogue because we've talked about it multiple times.
Yeah,
did we talk about it for another show, or is it for our own?
Would have been both.
Oh, it's so weird.
I don't remember.
So
it's been a while since I've been on another show.
Mask of Phantasm was it's just like the screenplay was by Paul Dini, Martin Pascoe, Michael Reeves, and Alan Burnett. Most of the people who worked on the show got together, and then directed by Eric Rodsky and Bruce Timm. It takes a lot of elements from Batman Year 2, but features an original character, the Phantasm, who's kind of creepy when you watch the movie, but then you find out this whole story.
We also watched The Grey Ghost. Oh,
The Grey Ghost, yeah.
That's an important one because that also features another Batman.
It does.
Yeah. We should have watched the Batman Brave and the Bold episode with Kevin and he was the Spectre, not the Spectre. He was the Phantom Stranger. And Chillin' Night.
Oh yeah, when it's him and they're trying to like watch Batman.
Yeah, it's him. Mark Hamill.
This film has not weird, but it's just like the pacing is different because it's like you're seeing the beginning of Batman and you're seeing where he's at currently, which is really interesting because you get to see him and Andrea Belmont. Belmont. There's no L in it. That they they have this relationship and like, Batman can't be happy, so he ends up leaving. She ends up leaving. So the voice of the Phantasm is done by Stacy Keach, who also voices her dad. So Stacy Keach is he's done a lot of voice acting. He's also in Batman. He's somebody else though.
Everyone does multiple voices in animation.
Yeah, he is, but he's like he's an artificial intelligence in Batman Beyond, but I feel like he was something else in this
Zeta?
show. What?
Zeta?
He's in the episode Lost Soul.
I think is that Zeta?
No. The Zeta would not. I feel like that would be more than a one-off. I don't think they would call him an artificial intelligence because Zeta is much more than that. And it would be a bigger...
Then again, also Zeta had his own TV show. Briefly.
Yeah, I was going to say, it wouldn't be like a one-off for voice acting because he had his own show, which is so wild. But it is interesting to see that, I mean, this character doesn't show up really in comics until recently.
Yeah,
she showed up briefly.
She pops up a few times. She popped up most recently in Bad Cat.
Yeah, but that's where she's like the first time she's like legit, like the story becomes canon. Which is, and again, seeing her drawn by like Man and all these different people is fucking awesome because it's such a cool looking character.
Yeah.
But it is so interesting that like they not only took a quote unquote kids show and made it into a movie, but it's also, they're like, we're not just making the bad guy like one of the mainstays. I mean, the Joker is the bad guy, but we're also introducing this brand new character original for the show. I guess it's not too crazy because the show also introduced things like Harley Quinn. So,
is it a Count of Monte Cristo?
The Count of Monte Cristo?
No, I don't know. No, I don't think I could call it one of those types of stories. That kind of revenge story.
Yeah.
Because I know that's what I would call like Char Aznavour's story.
Yeah, I don't think it is that much.
No, because she doesn't go in under... I mean, she does have a disguise, but she doesn't like full on like disguise herself and infiltrate the enemy.
Yeah. Dude, the movie, start to finish, 8 months. All of it. That is so...
It's a long watch.
What did you say?
I said, yeah, it's a long watch.
But I remember watching this as a kid, and like the scene where they're in the parking lot and you see Phantasm for the first time come up with the smoke, and I was like, that is the coolest shit ever. There's also a theme about the World Fair in this. Because the World's Fair was in Gotham at some point, and it's kind of just like dilapidated. It's Gotham, so it's just like, it is what it is.
Hey, Dan, you want to bring back the World's Fair?
I don't understand what the World's Fair was really. It was just like people like showing off, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was every country sent somebody, and like it was a big spectacle showing. Oh yeah, and then you know what killed it?
What?
Cold War.
Really? That's when it ended?
American supremacy, baby.
Huh.
Yeah, it was like the last one was I think in the 60s.
So I did know that the World's Fair, here's a fun story for you, in Canada. When it was in Canada, I can't remember when, they built a McDonald's that was on a barge. It was a McDonald's that was situated against the docks in a barge.
Well, that's how you get to Grimace Island.
So, no, the Grimace Island, they actually danced and it actually got dislodged from the ocean floor, and now it's floating throughout the sea, so you can never find it. So nobody can find and hurt them again, canonically. So the McBarge was a large barge that just held a McDonald's for quite a long time. It closed. The barge was still there. They converted the barge to something else, and eventually the barge just shut down. The barge got moved out into the water of wherever it was and just sat there forever. Now it's, somebody bought it and moved it away. The McBarge is one of my special interests. No, Jake, you might be right. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, son of a bitch. Sorry, hit the wrong
It
button.
went to Grimace Island, baby.
Zeta. No, so he wasn't. He did. So back to the Zeta project. He wasn't Zeta, but he also was in that show. Can't wait to do a Zeta project episode. What a
Did we ever do a Static Shock episode?
did we? No, I don't think so.
I don't think we do. Did I ever tell? I told you about my plan to my one joke plan of having a chain of vending machines that are all Static Shock themed.
Yes. Diedrich Bader was Z.
Oh.
I know we're way off topic now, but back
Different
to
Batman.
Phantasm. I think Phantasm is the best portrayal of Joker in any film. Or I think it's the best depiction of Joker, just maybe period. Because he has like these huge bursts of like, he's a jokey guy, but then it shows like that anger that Hamill brought to the character in such a perfect way.
And it also shows him as the one who kind of created Phantasm.
Yeah. Like so much bad stuff has come from him. And the last battle, like the final fight in the mini city and like the explosions and like them, I don't think so at the end of this movie, there's a big explosion. We find out that Andrea gets away, but we don't see if the Joker lived. Like there's an explosion and we just don't know if he lived, right? Like that's just how it ends. Because I can't remember if we see him afterwards.
He lived.
Does it show him living?
I'm pretty sure.
No, I don't remember him seeing him live.
What happens to Joker at the end of Mask? No, it doesn't show him.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Does the Joker die? No.
I mean, I assume he didn't die.
Killed.
I've seen the rest of the show. I know he doesn't die, but the fact that they don't show him live is actually really cool. But it is a really interesting story for Batman, and like it does allow.
Yeah, it's wild that Andrea Belmont went to a Halloween store, bought a Casey Jones mask, and put a cape on it.
Yeah, it does kind of look like that.
Yeah, it's got that 3 mouth slit.
It does.
Great
like
great design, and it
the
does
hook
show
is
up.
fucking awesome.
It does that design and namesake does appear again in Batman Beyond.
Yeah, in the movie, it's like a pinnacle part of the thing. Because they were going to use. We'll talk about it in a second.
No, because Phantasm, Amanda Waller paid.
Oh, that's epilogue. It shows up in epilogue.
Yeah.
Because it's a part where she tries to get Barbara to kill Terry's parents.
Was Barbara?
Yeah, it was Barbara. Because she wouldn't do it. Because Amanda Waller was trying to get a new Batman. Because remember, she takes off the mask and it's Barbara?
No, I just thought it was an old white lady.
No, I think it's Barbara. I can tell you in a second.
I don't think that was Barbara, Dan.
I think it was.
I don't think Barbara. Barbara Gordon, Commissioner of Gotham. I doubt she'd go out of her way to orphan some kids.
Yeah, a cop in Gotham, a cop in general.
Oh no, a cop would do it, but not the Commissioner of Gotham City. At post James Gordon.
Yes, Gotham City, well known for having good cops.
No, just the one. Well, 2. One's also a vigilante. Actually, 2 are vigilantes. There's 3 good cops.
Wait, who's the second one that's a vigilante?
Montoya.
Who's the first?
Barbara.
Oh, I forgot she was a cop. Oh,
Wait,
yeah, but she's a commissioner. Hold on, where the fuck in this episode is it? Batman holding the dead kid. Okay, here we go.
Batman holding the dead kid.
The Grey Ghost actually appears in this episode. Yeah, so Amanda Waller basically was trying to make a new Batman by injecting Batman's DNA into Terry's dad because they had rewriting his DNA,
his reproductive materials.
Yeah, Okay, so here's Phantasm. Not as big, not as muscular. For the viewers at home, I'm watching this on my iPad. So yeah, Homegirl's stalking them. The assassin almost does it. Has the blade in the air, ready to strike, and then doesn't do it. Then Amanda Waller is like, blah blah blah. She said you couldn't recreate that. Pulls off the mask, and it's Barbara. It's Barbara who is in the Phantasm costume, who Amanda Waller was trying to get to murk Terry's parents. We probably should do a Batman Beyond episode at some point. Because we've talked about Batman Beyond before, because we talked about this one of the sequels to Heart of Ice, which happens in Batman Beyond, where he's like, I don't want to be alive anymore, which is sad.
Oh, wait, no, it wasn't Barbara.
Who was it?
It was Andrea.
Why the hell is she... Where's that at? Where did you find that?
I just clicked on it.
Where?
On the DCAU wiki.
Why was it Andrea?
Because she goes on to work as an assassin.
What?
Yeah, so this is actually confirmed in Batman Beyond Mark of the Phantasm, published in 2015.
What the fuck? What do you mean she goes on to work as a fucking assassin?
Eh?
After everything in this movie, she goes on to start killing people?
Yeah, dude.
After all the stuff with the mob and the Joker killing people and like the whole
Yup.
catharsis. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, also...
She's a crime fighter, but like... She's an assassin. She does the opposite.
It's one of those things where the Phantasm is somewhat based on the DC Comics character The Reaper, who...
What? Who the hell is that?
So, I don't know. Apparently has nothing to do with the namesake of Danny Chase, which is funny because this is one of those things I'm like...
Oh, year two. Yeah. It's...
Yeah, so what conceptually, it's funny because this isn't the first time like the same name has appeared from the comics in these shows. Like, I don't think Bruce Timm read a lot of comics. Which I think served him well, if true. But he also, I mean, there's also the Gray Ghost, who I told you last night or the night before was actually a Jonah Hex character villain,
which is so wild.
Yeah, like the South will rise again kind of villain.
It is wild that Jonah Hex has a lot of that. It's his 50th birthday as well, and DC did nothing for it. Yeah, this character, the one that it's based on,
Jonah
Reaper, just has two giant hook scythe hands. How the fuck do you get anything done with that? Like, how are you grabbing anything? You literally have to walk around with those scythes all day.
I mean, like, you can type with one finger. I think you could type with
it's a blade.
If you're gentle.
How gentle are you going to be with fucking 4-foot blades?
Well, here's the thing about they were probably typewriters. I think they're a lot more sturdy.
Yeah. They don't have airplanes, just have
also, these
hard
was like
airships.
Before computers were a big thing for that comic. If I'm correct.
Yeah, year two.
People had a home computer.
It was Denny, so it was probably mid to late 80s.
Yeah, so Batman had a computer, but it took up half the Batcave.
You know how Batman's computer is so big?
Yeah.
Like, it's like legitimately a gigantic computer, but like, do you think it's gotten any smaller?
Yes.
Nah, really? You think it's gotten smaller since?
Because
he just like a laptop, or he just does it all on a cell phone now?
Here's the thing. It's definitely smaller, but there's more screens.
Yeah.
It's mainly just screens at this point.
He's just got like
he's got a regular desktop.
Does Batman even have a Batcave right now? I genuinely do not know.
No. He's got his little bunker thing.
Oh yeah, he's in the Bat bunker.
And his brownstone.
I think they got blown up.
I don't know.
I think it got blown up in the Johnsky stuff. You know, the stuff with the guy. And
I'm behind like 2 issues.
It's fine. You don't need to catch up.
I need to read that.
It's all right.
And I also need to read V's Detective.
Oh, I do need to catch up on that. Okay, let's go to Batman Beyond.
That's got Talia.
What do you want to talk about in Return of the Joker? Other than it's fucking dark.
Oh, it is dark. It's not the most Kevin Conroy centric of the Batman Beyond stuff.
I think it's interesting for it's like him facing the repercussions of the things he's done.
Yes, like the Joker turning Tim Drake into a little Jokerling, and then because this is in essence this universe's Death in the Family.
Yeah, incident. Jason Todd isn't really in.
No, so Tim Drake actually has Jason's background in DCAU.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Why?
So at that time, there wasn't like Jason wouldn't be a big name to know.
Yeah, I guess so, because he was dead. When did Red Hood come out?
I think 2000.
Not till 2000. Yeah, like
2003, 2006. I don't know. One of those.
Yeah, because it was Tim for a long time.
Yeah, and Damian didn't come about until Morrison's run.
Wow, that is wild that Tim Drake is Robin for such a long time, then Damian just replaced him as being the best Robin.
And then they didn't know what to do with Tim Drake for the longest time, and now they're like, we want a status quo, but all of you writers keep making Damian Wayne grow as a person, as you also age him up. Yeah. So let's make him a main event guy, because he's going to be the main event guy for a little bit. In the Lazarus Resin story. Damian, yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be the Lazarus, I think it's Lazarus Rising. Is the next event. And then Tim's...
Oh, yeah, the volcano shit.
Yeah. But, Tim's back because he's, he works well with Bruce.
It is interesting that he's Robin again. He's the one that's in the Batman book. He's got literally the title book.
Yeah.
It sucks that he never got to grow and to become something other than Drake. What was his name? The
Red Robin, and then there was Drake after he became Robin again.
Yeah. Who should be able to get his own thing. But basically
a bad costume.
Yeah. In Return of the Joker basically, it's a really great scene where Arkham is shut down because they were like, you know what? It's falling apart and maybe it doesn't actually do anything good. They shut it down and Joker kidnaps Tim, and instead of killing him, he Jokerfies him. And then there's a big battle between Batman and Joker, but Tim kills him, right?
Yep, Tim kills him with his pop gun.
Yeah,
Joker in Tim's body uses the same thing on
the werewolf.
Not the werewolf.
Doesn't he? Oh no, he shoots he's got the onesie on.
Yeah.
He kills
No, he doesn't shoot the onesie one. Oh yeah, no. No, think of the one with the overalls. He kills the one with the onesie.
Yeah, he kills the onesie one.
And then you had a crush on Ghoul.
What is his full name?
Oh, I'll tell you.
I think he's got a great look that was ahead of its time. It's it's such a wild long name. I think it's in your text. I just didn't understand why I said that before I got to his voice being the Christopher Walken. I was like, no, I'm good. Why the fuck did you make that decision? Rosenbaum. What is his name?
His name is
Stuart Carter Winthrop III.
Bird.
Why? Why is that his? Who was in the background? Yeah, let's make the Scarecrow's name that.
It is a good design. He also he comes back in the one Justice League episode with the time traveler.
He does, but he's in one of the comics. He's in Batman in Bethlehem.
Oh,
yeah, he's in Batman in Bethlehem. He looks a little different. He's got a who drew him? Tony Daniel?
I don't think so. No, I think it was
who drew that? David Finch. It was David Finch because it was Morrison's run. It's issue 700. I'm looking at it right here.
Are you?
Yeah, it's on the wiki. Yeah, it's David Finch. David Finch is... Wait.
Oh, right. Yeah, right. That's not the main story. That's the one that had the rotating things. And then I think... Because Terry had a story in that one, too.
Yeah. It is interesting that Batman Beyond, like, until now... Like, I've never liked those comics. Until now. I
read a bunch of them. I don't remember
coloring.
a damn thing that happened. Great coloring. But I don't really remember much. I haven't read Neo Year yet.
Oh, dude, fucking rules.
I have it.
I haven't read it yet. It's like a very good cyber... It is what Batman Beyond logically should have evolved into. And it's not just like a sequel to... It should have been what it should have been in the comics the whole time. It's not just a sequel to Batman the Animated Series. It's its own thing. There's like cat people. Like, it's really cool. And I think they're doing... Yeah, they're doing Batman Beyond next year, I think. I think there's an ongoing coming.
Yeah.
I think. I could be lying. I don't think I'm lying, though.
Big liar, Dan.
No, I'm not a liar. I'm just stupid. There's a big difference between those two things.
I don't know. I think you're a liar.
Yeah.
If Dan tells you he loves you, he's lying.
I could just text Jackson. Hey, do a new book, bud. But New Year is fucking awesome. You really should read it. We probably should do a Batman Beyond episode. That we're talking about Batman Beyond. Batman Beyond fucking rules, and Terry rules, and like between this and Epilogue, you get to see him kind of like
Man, I can't wait to talk about Boy Meets World.
Who voiced him? Oh, is it Fred Savage?
Will Friedle.
Oh, Will Friedle.
Will Friedle, the older brother in Boy Meets World.
We should get Will Friedle on the show. You think? Yeah, I could.
Yeah, we're talking to him about Boy Meets World.
I have never.
Exclusively.
I only watched like 2 episodes of that. Isn't there an episode where
I remember
one
watching
dad
that when it
beats up the other guy's dad?
I don't remember
because he's like mean.
That's very, very possible now.
Dude, I didn't watch Boy Meets World. I didn't watch a lot of those shows.
I think Sophia watched Girl Meets World. I did not. I only watched Boy Meets World when I was like
I didn't watch Fuller House. Grade. I watched every episode of Full House.
Yeah, I would watch Boy Meets World, Family Matters, and Step by Step because it would come on TV in syndication when I got off first grade or preschool or kindergarten. I can't remember.
Who talk about Batman Beyond. I really like the idea that like Terry kind of pushes back. He's not Batman. He's not ever going to be Bruce. He has different. I mean, technically, he's got a little bit of Bruce in him after we find out Epilogue.
He's got a little Bruce's juice.
But Jesus Christ! But it's so interesting to see him come into his own and like have to fight Batman's greatest villain, which we find out isn't one that Batman talks about. Like Batman just kind of brushes him under the rug after his death. Which is wild to think about because that's the Joker.
I mean, the Joker's not that as important to Batman as Batman is to the Joker. You know what I mean?
Yeah. As you can tell by the Lego movie.
Yep. That's correct.
That is the entire plot of the Lego movie. Not the Lego movie, the Batman Lego movie.
Lego Batman, yeah.
Yeah. Great film. Better than the Lego movie. Second greatest Batman film. Third is the Batman. Then Terry gets to fight the Joker, which fucking rules. Because, like, Joker's like, I know all of your moves. Like, I know you. And then he starts fighting dirty and, like, making Batman's not a talker, and we know that about Batman. Like we've seen who Kevin Conroy's Batman is for so long that Terry is a talker. Terry's like egging him on, and like we know Joker has that mean streak, and like getting to see those two clash fucking rules. And then he buzzers his neck and kills the Joker finally. Fucking, that's a murder, right? Because like that was Joker and that little chip. So if Terry destroyed that chip, he killed the Joker.
Okay, you remember when Alfred died in the Schumacher films? And then he became a computer?
He became a computer?
Yeah. He backed his personality up on the computer.
Oh my God, he did.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah. That's the same principle.
Why did they do? Why was that the choice they made?
I don't know.
All right. God, fucking episode's off the rails. Heart of Ice. What a great fucking episode. I just learned it won an Emmy or daytime Emmy. I don't really know the fucking difference. Won an Emmy for being sad about Mr. Freeze.
Maybe is the daytime Emmy when they get during the day and not exclusively?
Yes, they do it at like 2:00 on a Thursday at the local Olive Garden.
Yeah, it sounds about right for the Emmys.
I don't really know anything about any awards. I think they're all rigged. They're all made up. They're all made by big Hollywood to sell movies.
All right, we got big Hollywood.
Big Hollywood. No, man, it's clear. Heart of Ice is my favorite episode. Like, it's probably my favorite anything.
Yeah, the one we didn't watch for this episode that my favorite is the Robin's Reckoning episodes.
When the fuck did we watched those?
We did.
What did we watch them for the Batman episode?
I guess we did.
I think we watched those for the Batman episode.
Yeah.
Done a lot of fucking episodes.
A lot of Batman episodes.
Well, listen, you know that I share the same mentality with DC Comics.
I think we watched Epilogue for when we redid the Batman Revisit.
Yeah, that's when we did. Because the original Batman one, all those books fucking suck. But we revisited and we did that.
We talk about.
Yeah, the Batman episode was episode 3 or 4. Yeah, Heart of Ice. I watched Heart of Ice and then I read One Bad Day Heart of Ice, which actually is pretty good. I'll be honest about that. But I'm like reading it, and minor spoilers, but it kind of undoes what this story does, and I hate that. But I also can choose to believe that it's not canon, and I will take that to my deathbed.
Is that one of those ones where it says that Mr. Freeze isn't actually married to Nora? He's just obsessed with her. No.
He's an asshole.
I don't like that. I don't like
that at all. I think it underrides. It's a really good story, but it's not. It underrides the entire point of Mr. Freeze, which this show created.
I mean, it also kind of. It's kind of like the Roll Czar thing.
The what?
The thing that Bendis added to Superman's origins about the destruction of Krypton.
Oh, I didn't read that. I don't. Bendis sometimes is hit or miss for me.
It was a good run, but that was a bad concept because it destroys the climate change concept of Krypton's destruction.
I like when Zod was played by Michael Shannon. That's really all I got to say about Krypton. That is my only Krypton hot take, is I really like Michael Shannon as Zod. I will find him! And then they put them into the space sticks and shoot them into the Phantom Zone. They're space sticks. That's what Zack Snyder put in that movie. He said, I don't know, put him in a space stick and shoot him into fucking Phantom Zone. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's talk about Heart of Ice. We don't have to talk about Heart of Ice. We want to talk about Feet of Clay.
Yeah.
Co-written by Marv Wolfman, friend of the show.
It's true. He's a friend of the show.
He is a friend of the show.
He's also probably been on so many podcasts, he probably doesn't remember this one. Maybe he remembers being asked about a sandwich.
Sorry, I'm looking at pictures of Stuart Carter Winthrop III.
You have a problem.
It's a good...
You like to talk like this.
I hate the voice pisses me off. It's just like, I don't think the character even has scarecrow gas, because I don't think we see it. And I'm going to close Google. I don't want to look at this anymore.
Can you hear him?
Close.
Can you hear Rosenbaum? Dude.
No, because it was a
Christopher Walken impression?
It was like some shit with him and the Riddler from The Batman. And you know what? I'm done. I don't... God damn it. Every time I Google something, what was the episode? Ben 10. Remember when I Googled Ben 10's grandpa? Fucking shit.
This episode is so unhinged. Feet of Clay. Clay.
This is our 4-year anniversary. We're talking about the
Bruce
show.
Wayne murderer.
Yeah. And he like attacks Lucius at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah, I forgot Lucius was in the show.
So did I. I was like, oh, Lucius. I forgot that they put him in. The show has a lot of Leslie's in it too.
Yeah,
I think Leslie's in this episode.
No, she's
in I Am the Night.
I Am the Night.
Vita Clay's fucking awesome. Like, it's more so a lot of these episodes are really centric around the villains, and you get to see Batman's growth against them. Like, they're more juxtapositions to him to like explain who Batman is. And solidify that.
He's a plot device a lot of times,
which isn't a bad thing. Like, I think the power of Batman is he can be. I feel like that's
the concept of a detective story, though.
Yeah,
he's unraveling the mystery of the villains.
Yeah. So,
which is not the case in Phantasm and I Am the Night.
Yeah, those. So, I think we should talk. I Am the Night. I don't think I was ready for it. It's essentially Batman.
I remember this episode very clearly from when I first seen it.
What was I going to say? It's like Batman dealing with depression.
Yeah.
It's like I wasn't ready for that to be the concept. It's like Batman like trying to figure out if this is what he really wants to do. Like, is he doing the wrong thing? And like, can he really save anyone and everyone? Jesus Christ. I'm not reading.
Yeah, don't worry. I don't want you to need to cut this one out.
Yeah, it's like Batman's struggling with depression and all that kind of stuff. And we're seeing him like, he's like dropping the ball because he's doing too much. And like, he's like trying to figure out like why he's not on his A game. Like, he basically lets Commissioner Gordon get shot by, what is the guy's name? The Jazz Man?
The Jazz Man.
He
keeps his Tommy gun in I think it was a guitar case or violin case.
Yeah, some sort of case, which is so funny. But like, it's an episode where you get to see Kevin Conroy really like show more sides of Batman, and like Batman isn't this infallible being that is like the ultimate. He's not the goddamn. He's not the Batman. He's actually a human who's like has feelings, and he's like, I don't know if I can keep doing this. I'm so tired. Like, I've just been doing this for so long, and it's like, I don't know if this war has done anything.
Yeah. It's like it's kind of imposter syndrome just creeping in.
Yeah, it is interesting that like Batman deals with that, because it's like, I guess everyone deals with that, but like Batman dealing with it, it's just like didn't expect it.
Nah, didn't expect it. It's just like the Spanish Inquisition.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. But yeah, I think I Am the Night may be one of the best episodes to actually watch to get a full glimpse of what Kevin Conroy could do as Batman. It is a beautiful episode where it does get solved in the end.
Also, it's kind of interesting because that was the only episode with Robin in it.
Is it?
That we watched, yeah. For this.
Interesting.
This was in Dick Grayson's Off at College series.
Is that what this first season was? Dick Grayson was at college?
Yep.
Oh. I just didn't realize he had Robin yet, so he just wasn't there yet.
Oh.
Huh. I just remember like playing...
You gotta remember, this is like Batman like 10 years in.
Oh, it is? I guess I really should go back and watch this entire series again. Because I don't think I've rewatched the full thing. I always want to.
Because if you remember in Robin's Reckoning, when Dick is chasing down Tony Zuko as like an 8-year-old.
Yeah.
Bruce is Batman.
Yeah. So he's been Batman for a long time.
Yep.
Damn. Yeah, and then, I mean, you can also play the Arkham games, which are fucking incredible. You get to see Conroy grow as Batman from the first one to the second one to the third one. You get to see him do storylines like he didn't get to do in animated, so he did... you got to do the Red Hood story with Arkham Knight. Like, you got to experience these stories that you never had. And it, like, is a perfect 3-act story for him and Joker. Like, it is the perfect building of the relationship, perfect ending. And you can play those pretty much everywhere now, right? Like,
I assume so.
Because they re-released them.
Can you play it on the
collection?
Switch? Can I play it on this?
Can you play anything on the Switch?
I don't know. Apparently,
I just thought it was an indie game emulator.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dan McMahon taking a hard stance on the Nintendo Switch. Oh, dude, it's fucking Thursday. You know it comes out tomorrow.
I already pre-ordered it.
Pokemon. So did I.
Pokemon.
Got it in the store in the morning.
Buy it in the store. What are you talking about?
No, I wanna own the physical copy of it. What the fuck, Jake? You're gonna buy it digitally and you're not gonna lick the cartridge? What the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, I need to suck on my Pokemon
cartridge. Hey, everyone. If you own a Nintendo Switch, I want you to do me a favor.
I love how that whole situation is how I found out about Alana Pierce.
You found out about what?
IGN, former IGN writer and reviewer, Alana Pierce.
Oh, anyway, back to anyone who has a Nintendo Switch. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to take your favorite game. I want you to pop the cartridge. I want you to pop the box open. I want you to take that little cartridge. I want you to just put your tongue against that. It's going to be delicious. It's going to be a great experience for you. That's all I've got. This episode has just been us talking about something we love and just Jake and Dan being us, which is not for everyone. I'm glad we've been doing this for 4 years. We've been consistent on it for 4 years.
This is the new norm. We already talked about the old norm, but you're not going to hear about that.
The old norm? God damn it. Got it. Got it. Fucking A. I'm leaving that in. That part's going to stay. People are going to hear piece of shit. Yeah. Thank you for listening for 4 years. If you've been here that long, if you're a new listener, I'm sorry this was your first episode.
This shouldn't be your first episode. If you see something that says, 4-year anniversary, why is that where you start?
We started, I'm looking at our Super Sons cover right now because it's on my wall. It's so weird to think that this started as us talking about the Justice League, and now I have to write a movie review for a movie that I saw the other day that doesn't come out till tomorrow. Like, then on Monday I'm putting out an interview with fucking Rian Johnson, who, directed Star Wars. So it's been a journey. So thank you for being here for 4 years.
Did you refer to Knives Out as Knives In as to humble him?
No, I didn't try to humble Rian Johnson. It's fucking A. Like I get all these big interviews, but every time I try to slip a little bit of like neg talk in there, it's like, oh that movie. Oh, you directed Star Wars? It's not Dune.
Not Dune.
Just kidding. Dune, I started to try to watch it. I was like 5 minutes in. I was like, this is boring as shit. And like I was like, holy shit! Like, when are they gonna show me this big worm? Who's up playing with their worm, brother? Like, I don't want fucking. The worm is only in it for fucking 2 minutes. Not even. Why do I want to watch Doom if that big fucking worm isn't in it? That's all I got.
Dan likes worms.
Who up playing with their worm? Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to our Batman special.
This was a Batman special?
Yeah. Well, these unhinged episodes are
awesome.
The episodes where we don't have any like kind of guidelines are just a fucking mess. Yeah, so thank you for listening. We'll see you guys next week for regular episodes. Where we're on what do you call that? What's the thing that keeps you on a path? A guideline, a road,
a structure, skeletal structure, infrastructure.
Yeah, with an infrastructure. Do you think they've ooh-wooified Ghostface?
Hold on, I need to look up ink from Batman
Beyond. Ink, Batman Beyond, Rule 34. All right, I'll see you all next week. Thanks for coming.
That still exists.
God bless.
GateCrashers.